A class action lawsuit has been filed against FTX's former CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, in connection with the crypto exchange's demise. Crypto exchange supporters include Larry David, Naomi Osaka, Gisele Bundchen, and Shaquille O'Neal. Should these celebs face any consequences? Are they truly to blame? This video also discloses how a crypto insider weighs in on FTX executive life and suspected substance usage. Keep watching till the end for details. According to the FTX coach, the executives were under and he denies extensive amphetamine usage. Following polyamory accusations concerning a number of FTX executives, a crypto insider has chipped in on their lives and suspected substance usage. FTX's in-house performance coach stated on Tuesday that the bankrupt crypto firm's offices in the Bahamas were a very calm environment, despite all the extensive speculation about its leaders' lives and suspected substance use. Following CoinDesk's story that the executives are, or used to be, partnered up in romantic relationships with each other, online chatter says the group lived in a polycule or network of polyamorous partnerships. This is according to New York Post reports. Dr. George K. Lerner, a psychiatrist, is said to have been a therapist for disgraced FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, as well as an advisor to many of the company's workers. Mr. Bankman-Fried and his ex-girlfriend, Caroline Ellison, were said to be part of a 10-person group that controlled FTX and its sibling cryptocurrency trading business, Alameda Research, from a luxury penthouse in the Bahamas. Dr. Lerner simply told the New York Times that it is a pretty tame place. According to his description, they typically played chess and board games, especially among the higher-ups. There was no revelry. They were, if anything, under. According to Dr. Lerner, he relocated to the Bahamas in June and set up a modest private practice in addition to working 32 hours a week as an advisor at FTX. According to the performance coach, the FTX executives were workaholics with a limited social life. He went on by saying that they were actually working far too much and that it would have been far healthier if they had more good romantic relationships there. Following claims that at least $1 billion in FTX customer assets is still missing, Mr. Bankman-Fried and other executives' personal activities are being scrutinized. Last week, FTX Alameda Research and over 100 affiliates declared bankruptcy. Dr. Lerner also addressed the circulating rumors that FTX executives use stimulants. In an April 2021 tweet, Ms. Ellison, the CEO of Alameda Research, agreed to regular usage of amphetamines. Although Mr. Bankman-Fried has been upfront about his Adderall and other stimulant experimentation, Adderall, a brand name for amphetamine, is a drug used for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. While some FTX employees may have received prescriptions for ADHD drugs, according to Dr. Lerner, the prevalence of ADHD in the organization was comparable to that of other IT businesses. FTX workers were patients of Dr. Lerner's private office, and he admitted filing prescriptions for them, albeit he did not specify which medications. Dr. Lerner, Mr. Bankman-Fried, and FTX have all been contacted by the Post for more comments. Dr. Lerner said in a second interview with Vice that he coached approximately 100 workers, including 20 to 40, on a semi-regular basis. In a tweet sent on September 15, 2019, Mr. Bankman-Fried responded to another Twitter user by describing routines for maximizing productivity. This message from that user was later removed, but Mr. Bankman-Fried's is still there. In Mr. Bankman-Fried's tweet, he advised using stimulants while waking up and sleeping drugs if necessary before bed. He also suggested being aware of one's headspace, saying that he frequently naps in the workplace to keep his mind in work mode between shifts. How can we really picture relationships between Dr. Lerner and Mr. Bankman-Fried? In a now deleted biography on Sequoia Capital's website in September, where he was described as the former billionaire's therapist, the connection between Dr. Lerner and Mr. Bankman-Fried was first made public. Recently, the large investment company came under pressure to declare its position in FTX worthless. In an October interview with Chuck Todd's MSNBC's Meet the Press reports, Mr. Bankman-Fried is reportedly tapping his foot quickly, according to the doctor who informed the New York Times that the man had a lot of nervous tendencies. During the interview, Mr. Bankman-Fried taps his foot so furiously that it appears to shake. Dr. Lerner said Mr. Bankman-Fried uses a fidget spinner toy and also plays video games to relieve stress. press. He also rejected the possibility that Mr. Bankman-Fried knowingly committed any wrongdoing. Dr. Lerner said he just honestly couldn't see him doing that. He continued by saying that perhaps he would need to sit down with him and learn why. However, he has trouble making that leap. Also, about the celebrities that have ties to the FTX. Celebrities like Tom Brady and Steph Curry signed contracts with FTX at the time when Bitcoin was rising. The sector was booming, and Super Bowl advertising using cryptocurrencies were broadcasting. Their names are currently associated with a Bitcoin exchange that is struggling to survive. Some of the biggest personalities in sports and entertainment have supported FTX by making investments or serving as brand ambassadors. Several of them informed their followers on social media about FTX. The company's difficulties this week highlight the issues of being affiliated with it. FTX halted customer withdrawals earlier this week after receiving withdrawal requests totaling almost $5 billion on Sunday, according to a tweet from FTX chief executive Sam Bankman-Fried on Thursday morning. Due to the situation, FTX was compelled to seek urgent investment. Earlier this week, FTX and Binance reached an agreement to merge. However, on Wednesday, the competitor cryptocurrency exchange canceled the agreement, citing FTX's problems as the reason. On Thursday, Mr. Bankman-Fried posted on Twitter saying he was sorry and that he ought to have behaved better. The requests for comment from FTX were not immediately answered. On CNBC, he claimed that there are celebrity CEOs and crypto entrepreneurs in this industry and that the general public is susceptible to their marketing, advertising, and other tactics. Even though there are high-profile investors in cryptocurrencies, Gary Gensler, head of the Securities and Exchange Commission, said on Thursday that everyone should still get knowledge about them. Sequoia Capital, Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, SoftBank Group Corp., a venture capital division of Samsung Electronics Company Ltd., Dan Loeb's Third Point LLC, and Tiger Global Management LLC are few further investors who supported FTX. Major League Baseball and the Miami Heat baseball team are also connected to FTX. The firm agreed to pay $135 million to rename the Heat's home stadium FTX Arena. MLB has chosen FTX to serve as its official cryptocurrency exchange, the company said last year. As part of the contract, umpires are required to wear FTX emblems on their uniforms. Now on U.S. lawsuit launching against FTX founder and celebrity backers. Sam Bankman-Fried, the former CEO of FTX, has been named in a class action lawsuit for the failure of the cryptocurrency exchange, along with a number of its well-known patrons, including Larry David, Naomi Osaka, Gisele Bundchen, and Shaquille O'Neal. The complaint brought in Florida by class action lawyer Adam Moskowitz is one of the first to try to hold athletes and celebrities who supported cryptocurrencies during the boom years accountable. The action includes a number of people as co-defendants, in addition to identifying Bankman-Fried as a personal defendant and alleging that they either managed, promoted, helped with, or actively engaged in FTX trading. Among them are comedian Larry David, the Japanese tennis pro Naomi Osaka, the married couple Gisele Bundchen and Tom Brady, as well as Brady's teammate in the NFL Trevor Lawrence, the Golden State Warriors, the basketball players Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry, Udonis Haslem, and the basketball players Shohei Ohtani and David Ortiz, as well as the well-known investor Kevin O'Leary. According to the lawsuit, the deceptive FTX platform kept by the FTX entities was actually a house of cards, a Ponzi scheme where the FTX entities moved customers' funds between their opaque affiliated entities, using new investor funds obtained through investments in the YBAs and loans to pay interest to the old ones to try to maintain the appearance of liquidity. The FTX entities used a number of well-known figures in sports and entertainment, including these defendants, as part of their scheme to raise money and persuade Americans to invest in yield-bearing accounts, which were primarily offered and sold from the FTX entity's domestic base of operations here in Miami, Florida, pouring billions of dollars into the deceptive FTX platform to keep the entire scheme sustainable. Celebrity spokespersons for the corporation have been frantically attempting to disassociate themselves from it as the FTX empire has crumbled. One of FTX's most vocal fans, Brady, has removed a number of cordial tweets that included Bankman-Fried from the company's Crypto Bahamas conference, where the former FTX CEO conducted interviews with Tony Blair and Bill Clinton. The Miami Heat basketball team's home court was also sponsored by the corporation, which changed its name to the FTX Arena. The company made the decision to end its partnership with the cryptocurrency exchange public last week, describing the development as very disappointing. In the series of FTX advertisements, David played his loosely fictional sensationalize Curb Your Enthusiasm counterpart and turn down investment possibilities in cryptocurrencies. Don't be like Larry is the tagline of the advertisements. The video has come to a close. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get more updates about the legal action taken against the creator of FTX and any supportive celebrity, as well as other relevant news. Feel free to drop comments below. Thank you for viewing. Until the next video.